My kids are far more intelligent than I am, and they refuse to be around her.
Johnny Depp has always had his children first in his thoughts, whether he was occupied playing the dashing Jack Sparrow in Pirates of the Caribbean or making headlines after divorcing Aquaman star Amber Heard. The defamation trial between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, which started on April 12th, has been going on for more than a month. Every day seems to bring news of some surprising new finding between the now divorced couple. On top of that, rumors are that if Johnny Depp had listened to his kids when they warned him consistently about Amber Heard, their stepmom, Johnny wouldn't have to bear the brunt of Heard's emotional and physical abuse against him. That's right, today we'll talk about the 9 times when Johnny's kids warned him about Amber Heard. Let's begin the video. 9. Johnny's kids not showing up to his wedding. In February 2015, Depp and Heard wed in a secret ceremony on his private island in the Bahamas. On the witness stand in Fairfax, Virginia, Depp recalled that the elder of his 2 children, with his ex Vanessa Paradis, the now 22-year-old actress Lily Rose Depp, skipped the wedding, which had around 20 to 25 people in attendance. According to Depp, "My daughter Lily Rose did not come to the wedding. She and Miss Heard were not on particularly great terms for several reasons." He also said in court that Amber Heard and her gang of friends used a communal bag of MDMA to use drugs at their wedding reception.
A number of people were taking MDMA. It was like dinner dancing and drugs.
Depp acknowledged having smoked marijuana and calling it his drug of choice. Depp asserted that he and Heard didn't have a prenuptial contract and that later arguments over a post-nup caused their conflict. A subsequent query focused on Depp's own drug use leading up to and following the wedding. The actor pointed out that this occurred just before he was scheduled to make a comeback as Captain Jack Sparrow in a Pirates of the Caribbean film, which meant he was abstaining from alcohol. In his defense, he claimed to have been forced to be as intoxicated as others at his wedding by none other than his now ex-wife, Amber Heard. Well, we're not surprised that Johnny's kids decided to skip their father's wedding, considering what would such young kids do at a party where everyone around them has decided to be under the influence of severe intoxication. It's fair to say that kids are way smarter for Amber's good. 8. Jack Depp was subjected to bullying because of Amber Heard.
Miss Heard felt it necessary to bring my kids, my son into the argument and say that she hopes that my son's stepfather can teach him how to be a man since I couldn't.
Depp said that the charges harmed his 2 children, Jack Depp, 16, and Lily Rose Depp, 19. Vanessa Paradis, a French actress and model, is their mother. It has recently come to light that Jack Depp, the youngest of the Depp clan, was subjected to school bullying as kids, as his school used to call him "child of a wife-beater" and other demeaning phrases. It's been purportedly claimed that Jack Depp even suffered major depressive episodes because of that, and even denied going to school. Additionally, Johnny Depp reportedly opened up in an interview saying, "I could feel people look at me differently because of the accusations towards me. And then people start putting things in magazines. He's insane. He needs to take a sanity test. You know, ludicrous stuff."
I thought it was diabolical that my children would have to go to school and have their friends or people in the school approach them with the infamous People magazine cover with Miss Heard with a dark bruise on her face.
7. Depp's kids were robbed out of their fortune by Heard. What's even sadder is that Johnny Depp's kids had to face financial trouble as well. Besides the emotional turmoil they were subjected to by their now ex-stepmom, Amber Heard, you heard that right. It turns out that when Johnny Depp and Amber Heard separated, Depp was compelled to give Heard $7 million, money he would have preferred to go towards his kids. Johnny Depp added that it's been challenging to imagine how his children could be bullied by people who believe their father is violent. It's undoubtedly a sad point of view that few have considered while examining the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard case. And when realizing the suffering Depp's children must be experiencing, It's enough to make one hope that this situation is resolved sooner rather than later, so that Johnny's kids can move on for good. 6. Lily Rose admits to her father about Heard being jealous of her.
Lily Rose, his daughter at the time, was young, just like maybe 14, and she started to get panicky.
As admitted by Lily Rose about her Amber Heard, it has come to light that Lily Rose Depp, like her father, is highly skilled. Therefore, Amber started to secretly detest the poor tiny young girl out of spite and jealousy, because Lily has exceptional acting talent. Due to her fluency in not just 1 but 3 to 4 languages, she's landed many more jobs than Amber and has proudly achieved success in both French and American movies. Being so stagnant and downhill in her profession, Amber couldn't help but be envious of Lily's success. She even tried to sour the relationship between the daughter and her father by keeping Depp busy with her pointless antics, so that Lily doesn't get to see much of her father. 5. Depp's kids admit to being isolated from their father by Amber Heard. Amber, due to her being annoyed by Lily's career, attempted to hurt the kids by keeping Johnny separate from his family since she was unwilling to share him. Because Amber, as explained by her therapist, that she has a narcissistic tendencies and she used to demand more and more of Johnny's time. In turn, Johnny was forced to sprint from one task to another to keep up with Amber's unreasonable expectations. This then isolated Johnny from his friends and family. Therefore, it's quite possible that Heard was envious of Lily because Johnny cares for and is madly in love with his daughter as well as Jack. And we all know how Amber craves attention, pushing her to isolate Johnny from his kids. It's hard to imagine how far Amber went with her toxic tactics. 4. Jack and Lily knew about Amber and her petty tactics way before the fights happened. Many have questioned what Johnny Depp's children think of his ex-wife's accusation against him ever since their father's case began garnering media attention. For everything we know about Johnny Depp's children, including their current relationship status with him, here's what Lily has to say. While Lily Rose has never commented on her father's trial directly, the talented young star did hint at what she made of the allegations during an interview in 2021.
You can't be like perfect all the time. I mean, nobody's perfect, period. I think that's just like the fact of life. But I think that, a big part of like keeping a good head on your shoulders is just having a lot of like self-awareness and never feeling like you take yourself too seriously.
3. Lily Rose knew about who the abuser was all this time. For those who are unaware, Lily Rose Depp was one of the first to publicly defend her father in 2016 against accusations. She responded to Amber Heard's court appearance for a restraining order in her post. She then posted a screenshot of a statement from the local police that made it clear that they had discovered zero proof of any crime at the scene. Shortly after that, Lily even shared a throwback photo from her childhood, and it included a caption that read, "My dad is the sweetest, most loving person I know. He's been nothing but a wonderful father to my little brother and me, and everyone who knows him would say the same." 2. Johnny's kids on being aware of the emotional abuse their father went through. Not just Lily Rose is against her father's ex-wife. 20-year-old Jack Depp, Johnny's second kid with Paradis, seems to share this sentiment too. In court, Johnny claimed that the relationship between Jack and his sister Lily and Heard is non-existent.
My kids are far more intelligent than I am, and they refuse to be around her.
Johnny Depp has been widely quoted as saying this in public. Jack hasn't yet publicly expressed his feelings, but it's unlikely that he will because of his reputation for secrecy. In the meanwhile, Johnny continues to speak up for both of them. According to Johnny Depp,
I felt it my responsibility to stand up not only for myself in that instance, but stand up for my children. I wanted to clear my children of this horrid thing that they were having to read about their father which was untrue.
1. Amber yelling outside of Depp and his kid's house in her nightgown. According to Johnny Depp, Amber Heard was a bully who hit and threw objects at him. He also claims that when he tried to go, she would show up at his house yelling in her pajamas. According to testimony given in court by Johnny Depp, his ex-wife Amber Heard was a bully who threw objects at his head, including a TV remote. He stated that when their disputes got out of hand, he would go to one of his other houses, but she allegedly showed up there in her pajamas and started shouting at him. That's it for today, guys. Do let us know what you think of the instances we talked about today. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and take care.